The Wolrocks have arrived! Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on more excellent news like the Warrock reveals. Alright, that was my enthusiasm for the video. Peace out. Alright, Warrock Skylar, aka the Amazoness waifu I never knew that I needed in my life. Alright, so all the Warrocks have this clause of gaining some sort of attack points, I guess. I guess that's important. So this one is on a level 6 with no ability to special summon itself. Sorry, I'm broken right now. It was that bad. So it gains 100 attack for each monster the opponent controls. Well, that's cool. It's going to be like 2,300 or something. That's relevant, right? During the battle phase in which your Earth monster battles quick effect and target a level 5 or lower monster in your graveyard, that's a warrior, special summon it back, so it is technically an extender. So whatever you're going to tribute off to make this card come out, you get to revive. And then you get to make all of your Warrocks you currently control gain 200 attack till the end of your opponent's turn, I guess. And then this card cannot, or you cannot attack directly with level 5 or higher or lower monsters. It doesn't matter. Card doesn't special summon itself. I'm already crying on the inside, alright? You had such beautiful art, and then you did this. Alright, but there is good news. There's a couple of good things. Next up is Rock Fortia. If your Earth Warrior monster battles after damage calculation, you can add a Warrock monster from your deck to your hand. Alright, you can suicide ram something in and get the search. Alright, that's fine. Based on the wording about that. And then all of your Warrock monsters will get 200 attack points. I really don't know why that buff is there. If this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, and special summon a level 5 or higher Warrock monster from your hand or deck. It at least floats. Alright, like I'm trying to be positive here. Like this one, the 4T is alright. Next up, we got Orpis. It's another level 5. Does anybody else have UA flashbacks to these levels, by the way? At least UAs could extend themselves. If you control no monsters or all monsters you control are warrior monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Should have said special summon, but that's fine. Not everything needs to be broken. If your Earth Warrior monster battles after damage calculation, you can send a Earth Warrior monster from your deck to the graveyard, except for himself, and then all of your Warrocks gain 200 attack. So technically, we can drop for Skyla, and then we can revive off of them. I guess that's like the mini combo that we got going on here. I'll accept it. Alright? Finally! Some good eats! If an Earth Warrior monster is normal summoned to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand. I wonder what we're doing with this. As Sam mentioned in his video, and actually what my friend was just mentioning, this lets Gokies make some cool boards. If I summon any Earth Warrior monster, I get to extend out with this. By the way, this thing's a 1900. Alright? I just want to once again point out 1900. This card's big. If this card is sent from the monster zone of the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, especially summon a level 5 or higher Warrock monster from your hand or deck. Oh, by the way, this doesn't have any downside. It doesn't say that if you use this effect, you can only summon Warrocks for the rest of this turn. No. It's an Earth extender for Warrior. I do hate to say that when I look at this new archetype, I'm like, oh boy, generic support. And I know a lot of people kind of get burned out on that, but this is a good card. Alright, like their field spell's also bonkers. We also got Warrock Bashilos. Alright. During a battle phase in which your Earth Warrior monster battles, quick effect, you can activate this effect. If this card can attack directly. Also, all Warrock monsters you control will get that Why the 200 buff? Alright. I mean, I guess with 2 buffs, he's 3,100. I guess. And then that buff lasts till the end of the turn. And then while this card is in your hand or graveyard, when your Earth Warrior monster is destroyed by battle, not even by card effects, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. Alright. He can attack directly. He's big. He revives himself. I think I'm being as optimistic as I can about that. Alright. The card, it had like a negate or something on it. I think we would have been somewhere like, we know what we were doing. We got the Earth extender. Alright. And then we just didn't put a negate on this. Alright. There is hope though. The best freaking card in this entire archetype is the Warrock Mountain, alright? So, you are probably going to play this with your Earth Extender, because this card is that good. So, when this card is activated, you can add a Warrock monster from your deck to your hand. So, we'll actually just go search for our Extender really quick. It's actually really good. At the start of the battle phase, if you control no monsters or all monsters you control are warrior monsters, doesn't have to be Earth, you can special summon one War Rock monster from your hand with a different name than you control. Technically, it's an extender to go blow up things. I'm fine with that. And then if you're if your warrior monster, I keep thinking everything is Earth restricted. All right, would be destroyed by battle. You send this card from your to the graveyard. So I'm going to play this in every warrior deck ever that has any sort of Earth toolbox going for it. So I can go search for that stupid Earth extender, so I can summon the Earth extender, and I get one battle protection through my field spell. That seems like free real estate, I'm going to be honest with you here. And we'll take those. I do think that this card is really freaking good. Like, we got two very good cards. We'll have to wait and see what Lightning Overdrive kind of brings to the table for this, because those two cards are going to be massive additions to the Warrior Toolbox decks. At least in my opinion. I could be wrong, but typically I don't think I am. And we also got the Rock Ordeal. You can only control one of these once, or at all. I understand that. When this card is activated, it's going to get 3 counters. And then when your War Rock monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, I'm so glad we had to have that clause on there too. You're going to remove a counter from this card if you draw a card. They at least gave them, it's kind of like the Six Samurai United for draw power, but your entire strategy is obviously going to involve popping off monsters and then doing this whole little recursion thing that you've got going on. So I'll give them props for this one. I think that this card was supposed to be a little bit better than it actually is. But in terms of a slower format, this card and this deck, I think would have been really cool. You basically have this misfit gang of fighters that basically are going to be able to mow down fields. And I respect that. I think that was cool, but Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! But the field spell and that Earth extender are really good. We got some generic stuff. Reinforcement of the army's troops. So when an attack is declared involving your warrior monster, you can special summon a level 4 lower warrior monster from your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. Now, I don't know how I'm supposed to want to play this right now. This feels like a starter deck card. This also feels like this should have been out like 20 years ago, but I guess you get a free extender during the battle phase. I don't know what you can really do with that, but we'll take that, I guess. Alright, we also got this Gagadra Materiactor. I feel like the general consensus I've heard from this was, wasn't this supposed to be a whole archetype? This should have been a whole archetype? Should have been a whole archetype. So you can discard one card, special summon a level 3 normal monster from your hand or deck. Or if you discarded a normal monster to activate this effect, you can special summon one currently of himself instead. And then you can only use this effect once per turn, and then you get locked into Exceed monsters when you do this. I'm already crying on the inside with that, alright? Like, you could have been nice, let me do some other shenanigans, but instead you're like, nah, we're going to put the restriction on here. Didn't put the restriction on the Earth Warriors. Huh. And then we also got that really cool Exceed monster. And I know Materiactor Gigaboros. So it's 2+ level 3 to make it. And it's going to gain 500 attack and defense for each card in your hand. On a base stat of 500, by the way. And then you can only use the following effects once per turn. So you can detach material from this card to attach a Materiactor monster from your deck to this card as material. And then during your opponent's main phase or battle phase, we can add a attached card to this card from our hand. So we get recursion, but it feels really slow. I'm going to be honest with you, out of these reveals, the Earth extender stuff is not amazing, but it's good. All right, like the field spell and the searching for the extender is going to matter to some degree, and I think it's completely ignorant to go, oh, they're terrible, when those two cards alone are going to be the hard carry for some stupid is sold Turbo 9000 Machine Goki Turbo deck. All right, so expect it to be somewhat relevant. I'd pay attention to it. But with that being said, though, we now have the 9th secret rare. There is one secret rare left, and I hear that there's a pack opening coming tomorrow for some cool stuff. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on more excellent content. Overall, the set is all right. It is not rise broken, but it is in a very interesting position. Pod of Prosperity is going to carry this set on its back, and I also heard that we're currently ruling that IP works with the goddess. I'll probably make a video talking about that a little bit more in depth at a later point, but that's fine. So, have a good rest of your day, guys. Peace out, for what it's worth. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out Rock40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by Rock40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcogames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.